Whack-a-mole is a classic arcade game. If you've been to an arcade, you've played some variation of it at some point. And if you're interested in owning one for your home arcade or just to have around the house, you can get one from GameRoomGuys.com. However, that $8,000 price tag is definitely going to be too high for some people. But I think I've found an alternate solution that's a whole lot cheaper. And for some reason, no one's really talking about it. But before we go over to the other game, I'd like to ask you to please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy this video. Got it? Cool. Now, let's check out this replacement Whack-a-mole. This is the Dreamcade Ribbit Riot from Dream Arcades. Now, I spend a lot of my free time looking around at different places where you can buy arcade machines in hopes of trying to find things that I want to put in the arcade that I hope to build someday. I've checked out the Dream Arcade's website a few times, and this hadn't been there up until sometime recently. I don't remember exactly when this Ribbit Riot machine first started showing up, but it couldn't have been more than a few months. $19.99, we'll say $2,000, plus the $4.95 or $500 for shipping. That's definitely a lot lower. I know that Whack-a-mole kind of is just a self-explanatory name, and it just right there tells you what the game expects you to do. But as far as a title goes, I think Ribbit Riot sounds fine. And I think that the artwork of the machine itself with the cute little frogs in the swamp actually looks very nice. Here you can see you've got a grand total of 8 frogs in the pond that you can smack on the head. And this remote right here will most likely give you the ability to control and set the lights on the machine, maybe even adjust the volume of it. As you can see in the last picture, the rings on the panel were pink or purple. In this picture, they're blue, so you probably will get to set them to whatever color you want. Also, it's just out of frame, but you can see that the marquee does light up on the back, and it's pretty big, so that's sure to stand out in your arcade. In this picture, we get to see one of the frogs actually popping up, and I think it looks fine, but the frogs on the artwork of the machine, though, they're definitely a lot cuter. It does say on the product page, though, that you can get custom artwork made for this thing, so it doesn't have to be cute if you don't want it to be. You might could even pass off these little green frogs as little green aliens instead, and rather than a Whack-a-Frog game, you've got Whack-a-Martian or something. And here they've included one last shot with all the lights on, the lily pads are lit up, the score's lit up, and the marquee is lit up. I think it actually looks very nice as it is. So how big is this thing? Well, let's just go down the list here. It says it's 48 inches or 4 feet tall. Then with the top down, it goes down to 33 inches. Then it's 25 inches wide and 26 inches deep, and it weighs a grand total of 93 pounds. Now let's compare that with Whack-a-mole. The Game Room Guy's Whack-a-mole machine is 56 inches tall, 28 inches wide, and 29.5 inches deep, and weighs in at a grand total of 250 pounds. So Whack-a-mole is going to be the bigger of the two as well as the heavier of the two. But what I would like to know is, which of these machines is more durable? You play these games by hitting them, so they have to be able to withstand some level of punishment. It would be nice to find somebody out there who actually has bought this thing, who could tell us what their thoughts are on it. Now, one of the main reasons why I wanted to make this video is because I've looked around YouTube, and I couldn't find anybody talking about this machine. And sure, this hasn't been on the Dream Arcade's website for very long, so there's a good chance that people just don't know about it yet. I already do a lot of window shopping online for these types of things, so if I can help spread the word about some new arcade machine that maybe only a handful of people know about, then that's something I would be really happy to do. And just for the record, no, I'm not affiliated with Game Room Guys or Dream Arcades. I just like to keep my eye out for any game that I think would be cool to have in the arcade that I have up here in my brain that I hope to have in real life someday. But that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. Not Whack-a-mole, Whack-a-frog. So let me know in the comments what you think about these two games. Which of them would you prefer to have? The bigger machine or the smaller machine? Is Ribbit Riot an acceptable substitute for Whack-a-mole? Or would you prefer to have the original? Anyway, appreciate you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and now I'm thirsty, so I'm gonna go get me something to drink.